So if we're doing a foreclosure defense and it ends up getting taken, they understand that they're going to be liable for that difference. And this, of course, has been through a bankruptcy. They've been discharged of that. I understand the buyer intends to obtain deed to my property and may or may not record it on public record at the county courthouse. Again, on a foreclosure defense, I'm not going to record it. I'm just going to take it as a security. I'll only record it if I feel like that we're going to go ahead and defend this thing and I have a high probability of winning. Because once I record it, guess what? Now there's some question as to, oh, does this guy really have this property? Is it his property? Can he defend it himself? Because I'm not defending it for him. My attorney is, and he's doing everything for this person, writing it out for this guy. And this guy is going and he's submitting all of the stuff for himself as a pro se litigant, or pro per if it's state court. It's pro se because these are federal courts. So I just do that as a security. Number 4, I understand that the buyer may have a third-party mitigation firm as well as a title company or law firm to facilitate and negotiate with some or all of the owner's liens on the property. So that's our attorney. Number 5, I understand that the buyer, broker, realtor, that buyer and broker, realtor make no promises or guarantees as to curing back payments, reinstate through a forbearance, or making additional payments on my loan. So I let them know, like, hey, again, this goes for foreclosure defenses, that if I'm going to do this, I'm not going to bring anything current. If it's a sub 2, I let them know I am going to bring things current.
So you cross that out?
I cross it out. I cross everything so I use this for dual purposes. So if I'm bringing things current, I cross that one out. You're going to see there's one here that I cross out completely every time. Go ahead.
You cross it out, or you?
I X, a big X through it. No, just an X like that. Yeah. Number 6, if the property is not already vacant, I agree to vacate the property. Number 7, I agree to waive any rights I have to any prepaid or escrowed property taxes, insurance, homeowners association dues, county property tax refunds, or any other amounts held by any party in escrow, including but not limited to lenders, homeowners association, insurance companies. So basically, anything coming to them, it's not theirs anymore. Number 8, I've had the opportunity to seek legal, tax, financial counsel, and the implications of this transaction. Number 9, I understand that the buyer is not acting on my behalf as legal counselor, legal advisor, legal consultant, or a nonprofit agency.
When you go back to number 8, you
Yeah.
kind of just talk to them and listen. Have you already seek legal help for this?
I don't ask them that specifically.
Okay.
I just say that, have you had the opportunity to do this?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Chances are they've talked to somebody.
Okay.
Don't know who. They've talked to somebody.
Enjoy.
No, I mean like a church or somebody. Like, hey, I'm losing my house. What can you do? A nonprofit, something. Yeah. It happens all the time. That they'll call some hotline or something like that because the mortgage company gave them a phone number to call. Number 9, I understand the buyer is not we did that already. Number 10, I understand that buyer agrees to provide me with copies of these documents within 5 business days. Number 11, I understand that I may have certain rights under state or federal law, including but not limited to bankruptcy, redemption, and or equitable rights that may give me additional rights. So I do talk to them about this one as well. I let them know at this point, look, you do not have to sell your property to me. You can if you want. I can't tell you what to do, but it is an option. If you declare bankruptcy, you'll be allowed to stay in your house for another month or 2. After that, they will kick you out if you cannot, remedy something. And I don't go, is that something you want to do? But I just let them know, hey, this is an option that you do have, if we haven't already discussed it by that point. Number 12, I understand by signing the agreement, I have agreed to sell the property or transfer the deed to my property to the buyer, and am now bound by the terms and conditions described in this agreement. 13, I understand that I have no right or option to repurchase or live in the property. 14, I understand buyer has chosen to close this transaction with a specific title company or escrow company. Number 15, English is or is not my native language. But I do have the ability to understand and read this agreement, or read and understand. 16, I am not under the influence of alcohol, drugs, or any other ailment. 17, I understand the buyer is not an attorney or legal advisor and all that stuff we talked about earlier. I can seek my own legal counsel. 18, I understand the buyer has made no assurances or guarantees of any kind of likelihood of success. I acknowledge that if a buyer is unable to close or purchase the subject property for a profit, for whatever reason, on the sale or rental of the property in a timely fashion, the property will likely go to foreclosure or auction. I agree to hold buyer harmless should the property not be resold or loan reinstated in time to avoid the foreclosure or auction.
Have you sat with the, I'm sure you, have you sat with the owner to call the bank to delay that foreclosure?
I've done that before. Yeah.
And how does that, how do you work that? You just sit with the owner, or you let them know what to say, or do you take that conversation?
It's a third-party conversation where I'm on it and the owner is giving me rights to talk to the person. What happens 9 times out of 10 is the bank says, I'm sorry, but we can't do anything for this person. Auction's already happening. There's nothing we can do to postpone it. Yeah. They've waited too long. Number 19, the owner agrees to hold the buyer and his heirs, assigns employees, agents, officers, everybody in the world harmless and fully identifies the same, including but not limited to attorney fees, blah, 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 if something were to happen. This is the one I cross out. Number 20, buyer and or his successors, assigns, agents, employees, and trustees are not a debt relief agency. I hereby give my agent the right and I hereby direct him to file an application for bankruptcy to assist me to fill out and sign the limited power of attorney with the current federal B-101, B-121 forms with the clerks, blah, 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 blah. So originally, my foreclosure strategy was to help the person file a bankruptcy to stay in the property. No longer something that I'm willing to do. With
the reason you don't just take it out.
Actually, this is an old. I gave you the. I don't know why this one is. Yeah, I just take it out completely. So two things you can do here. You can either use this one and have it notarized, or you can take the title, and this is kind of where I've been toying with because I haven't done it yet. I don't want to tell you that this is how I do it because I haven't done it yet. I'm toying with the idea of just taking the affidavit of understanding and this first one, as far as the equity condition goes, and putting that on the seller's acknowledgments and having that one notarized instead of going through this big old thing here. Because this one has a lot of things that I no longer do when it comes to foreclosure defenses. But I'm giving you as my documents as they currently stand. But I am in the process of toying with the idea of doing that with the seller disclosures. Because the seller disclosures are a lot more seller friendly. This is kind of like, holy crap, what am I getting myself into? This is like I'm really going to reconsider this. When we found that, the attorney that I hired to do this is what he recommended that we do because of the legal nature of what we were doing on the defense side of foreclosures. And I just threw this in there as just a standard, like, oh, sure, why not? I'll go ahead and do this across the board with all my sub-2s. But like I said, I'm borderline thinking like, well, why don't I just take the top part off and just throw it on the other one? From not doing that? Laziness? Yeah.
Take the top part and put it on something else.
The seller disclosures?
So, like out of 40, you would take 20 out. Leave it at 40, number 20. You would omit this.
Well, he's already omitted.
No.
Page
What?
37, he's just going to take this first part right here where they're saying what they have in equity and their current stuff.
So I would take the affidavit of understanding all the way down through line item 2,
And then replace it with,
and then go and add it to this.
what page is that on?
23.
Thank you.
Yep.
And then have them sign that instead of.
I would have the seller acknowledgments notarized at that point.
And then skip the rest of it.
Yep, all the crazy stuff.
Or even for foreclosure defense.
For foreclosure defense, no. No. Yep. And you guys aren't doing foreclosure defense because I haven't taught you that yet. Yet. That's for the
How much of the affidavit of understanding would you take?
numbers 1 and 2. Yep. And I'll tell you what I'll do, guys. I mean, this actually forces me to do it. I'll just do it and then send you the up-to-date copy. Sometimes I just need a nudge to do it. Like I said, I've been sitting on this one for probably, I don't know, about about 4 months, and I'm thinking, I'm like, man, I'm not doing it like that anymore, but I'm just too lazy to do anything else, so I'll just leave it as is. Grant deed, it's the very next one, the California grant deed. Pierre, you can just go onto a title company, you can just type into Google, Nevada grant deed, and it'll just pop up 100 of them for you.